Okay. Good evening, students. Today's topic we are going to take is potential difference, but let us just go with the lesson flow. What we have seen till now, what we are going to complete today. See, this particular slide which you are seeing in front of you, it is giving you the idea how many points we have in this lesson and how much we have completed. You should always concentrate on how many points there are in a lesson, particularly in class 10th. For science, all lessons are divided into points, so you should focus on points so that you can understand which of your area is weak, which is strong, and then it becomes easy for you to ask your teacher, that is me, sir, that suppose let's say 12.5, sir, I'm not understanding you, can you please take it again? So in that way you have to work, focus on the points. So till now what we have done is we have completed this 12.1. So 12.1 is done. So today we'll be going with 12.2, and I hope you were present for the previous blue question section. Okay, so everything we have completed related to 12.1. Today we'll be going with 12.2. Okay, now each point here focuses on a certain topic. For example, in 12.1 you understood what is electric current, its unit. You also understood what is electric circuit. In the same way, 12.2 will be focusing on some important point. In last what I can say session, you understood what is electric current. Can somebody give me definition about what is electric current in just short? What exactly is electrical current in short? Just short, just 2 3 words in your chat boxes. Give me answers. Are closed and continuous, that is electric circuit. I am asking electric current. Electric current क्या होता है? Flow of, okay, it is not flow of electrons. I told you the definition has to be changed. Flow of electric charges. Yes, yes, correct. Arya, you are correct. Prathamesh, what you are writing down? Rate of flow of electric charges. Yes, correct. Rate of flow of electric charges. Yes, correct. So that means till now we only understood that suppose let's say electric current is nothing but flow of electrical charges. So that means if protons flow, or suppose let's say electrons flow, that is nothing but electricity. No, no, I got your answers. Focus on what I'm saying right now. Okay, stop giving answers in the chat box. I understood what you wanted to say. Focus on this. Till now we understood that electric current is flow of charges, that we know. In this section we are going to understand why these charges flow, because till now we only understood that they flow, but we have not seen the reason why they flow. So this topic 12.2 is focusing on what? 12.2 is focusing on why the electrical charges flow. So chalo, we'll start. Today's topic is all about understanding why that charge flow, why those electrons flow from one place to another. We have to see that today. So ठीक है, तो this main topic is about why the electrical charges flow, that protons, electrons, why they flow from one place to another. So reason we are going to understand. Now focus on this. This is one of the illustrations I always used in every year for making students understand potential difference concept. So ठीक है, we have a pipe here and we have certain water. ठीक है, water is at the center and we have two directions which we have been given, right and left. ठीक है, and a simple thing, there is no gravity, there is no flow. The question is very simple, that where the water will flow, whether to right or to left. ठीक है, I hope everybody can be, let's say, okay. Some students are giving nowhere. Yes, correct. This water is not going to go anywhere. Correct. पानी उधर का उधर ही रहेगा, because there is no gravity, there is no slope, so water is going to stay at its place. Everybody agrees. Hit Y if you agree that water is not going to go anywhere. Okay, give me Y in your chat boxes whether you think yes, it's not going to flow anywhere. Okay, yes, fine. Chalo. The next concept we'll focus on, that this water is not going to go anywhere. Now suppose, let us say, what we have done is we have attached this particular pipe, this bottom pipe which was having some water, with a tank. Okay, so we are using which tank? Ramdev or Patanjali tank. Okay, it contains desi pani. So what we are doing is we are using Ramdev tank and we have joined it to what? Our regular pipe, and we switched on the tap which was connected to this particular tank. Now water started flowing. ठीक है, water has started flowing from this particular pipe. ठीक है, यहाँ से लेके the water is traveling to the what, to the bottom. ठीक है, now tell me, if the water is coming from the tank and going in this particular tube, where the water is going to go? This water. which was present earlier, whether it is going to go to the right or whether it is going to the left. What do you think? Give me answer in your chat boxes. It is going to go to the left. Yes, Basit, correct. Yes, Mansi, correct. Left side, correct, correct, correct. Kushi, left, yes. Prathamesh, you have written nothing. Okay, yell. Okay, fine. Fine, fine, fine. Correct, correct. Vaishnavi Sharma, left. Correct. Answer is correct. Now focus on this. If the water is going to flow to the left, it happened only because of this particular Ramdev Baba tank. ठीक है, तो पतंजलि tank की वजह से क्या हो गया? पानी is traveling from towards the left direction, that we know. And the reason for this is very simple. Do you agree that water is flowing because it has traveled from high pressure to low pressure? Okay, water has traveled from high pressure to low pressure. That's why the water is flowing. Do you agree with this statement? Water is flowing because of high pressure to low pressure. Understood? Atharva, yes, yes. Okay, so everybody is understanding. Now, this happened only because of what? The pressure difference. Now focus on the next concept. We will be using the same logic to understand the new things. Now, imagine the same situation. In this case, what you had was a tube which was having some water, and it was connected to what? Our tank. Okay? Our water tank, that is Ramdev water tank. Now, in the same case, imagine the tube as our copper wire. So this copper wire which is present here, okay, this copper wire. So this copper wire is nothing but your tube, okay, water tube. And in that water tube you had water, but in our copper wire there are electrons. So whatever I have shown here, these things, these red boxes, these red circles, these are nothing but your electrons. So this is a tube, that is your copper wire, and this is nothing but your electrons which are present in your copper wire. Now, as in the first case, our water didn't move towards right or left because of gravity. So water didn't move, there was no slope, there was no gravity. In the same way, these electrons, even though they are present in this copper wire, they will neither go towards right, neither go towards left, because there is no gravity or slope. They don't have incentive. So these electrons are not going to move from its place. Okay? Now tell me, when the water started moving, only when we connected them to that particular tank. In the same way, we are going to connect this particular wire to a cell. Okay? We are going to connect it to a particular cell. So we will use Duracell in this case. So we are connecting these copper wires to electrical cell. So that means these wires are nothing but just like your water tube. The water was present in the tube, but in our copper wire, what is present? Electrons. And in place of that tank, we are going to use our, what I can say, cell, Duracell. Now tell me this, can we say that once we connect these wires to that particular cell, that cell is going to create a pressure difference? Give me answers in the chat box. Will the cell create a pressure difference? Same as the tank, water tank. Water tank, the way the water tank created pressure difference, in the same way this cell is going to create pressure difference. Yes, students are saying yes. Okay, fine. Meghna, yes. Okay, fine. So that means it's very simple. As in this case, water started moving from that particular tank into the what, to the tube. Now give me direction. If this particular Duracell is the water tank, where will the electrons flow? Like from that cell towards the wire or wire towards the cell? What do you think? If you are connecting from, okay, higher to lower, fine, fine, fine. And who is at the higher position in this case? Copper wire or cell? Who is at the higher potential? Okay, cell, correct, correct, correct. So that means you are getting my point. So as in the case of that water tank, you said it was a pressure difference, correct? In the same way, in electrical circuits, that pressure difference has been given a name. It is called as electrical pressure. Okay, it is called as electrical pressure, and we also know it by another name, that is called as potential difference. So potential difference is nothing but electrical pressure, because of which electrons flow. So now we know the reason for our question, that why electrons flow, because of the electrical pressure difference, that is potential difference. Okay, but we are going to have one more definition to it. Okay, chalo. So we got our answer to our question, why electrons flow, because there was electrical pressure difference created by whom? Cell. That we know. Chalo. So we'll go with the next point now. Now focus on this. Suppose there is a charge Q. Okay, it is present on point A, point B. Okay, I want to move a charge which is present on point A towards point B. Answer me in your chat box. Do I need to use energy. Do I need to do some work to move a charge q from point A to point B? Do I need to do I need to do work करना पड़ेगा क्या if I want to move charge from point A to point B? Okay, Zaina says yes. Yes, Adhiraj, what you're saying? Yes. Okay, Vaishnavi, yes. Okay, everybody is saying yes. Correct. So that means we need to do some work to move the object from point A towards point B. Correct. So that is the definition of potential difference. Potential difference is nothing but amount of work done to move a charge from one place to another. ठीक है? मतलब what? I will just write it down in a simple way. Potential difference is nothing but work done to move a charge. It's a simple definition. समझ में आ रहा है? Work done to move a charge is nothing but potential difference. So we have two definitions for potential difference. One is what? Electrical pressure. And second definition, work done to move a charge, that is also called as potential difference. ठीक है? I hope the point is clear. Give me answer in the chat box. Do you understand that potential difference is the work done to move a charge from one place to another? Give me why in your chat boxes. Okay, students are saying yes. Vedant, Katru are yes. Okay, fine. Chalo. So we can move to the next slide now. In the exam, they are going to ask you a definition of potential difference. And even though we have seen two definitions of potential difference, I want you to use the second one. The first one was electrical pressure. Please don't use it because that concept is very, what I can say, non-scientific. Even though it is given in NCERT, it is non-scientific. They will be asking you the second definition. What is potential difference? Amount of work done. You can see the definition as the work done to move a charge. I will just highlight it. Work done to move a unit charge from one point to another. That is called as potential difference. Okay? Work done to move a unit charge from one point to another. Now do one thing, please write down this definition in a notebook. Potential difference is work done to move a unit charge from one point to another. Very important definition. It is always asked in the exam. अच्छे से लिखो, ठीक है? I told you your notebooks are very important. I know you might be thinking, sir, it's very boring. आपने बहुत बार बोला है, but it's my job to tell you again and again. Keep your books proper. Write down whatever I'm saying because these books are used for giving your internal marks. So school wants to give you out of marks, so help them. Keep your books clean. ठीक है? चलो. So I hope you have written this definition of potential difference. Give me why if you have written the definition. Work done to move a unit charge from one point to another. Written the definition. Okay. Now what we are following, the practice what we are following till now is we are learning one definition. We are seeing how it is represented, which letter is used, and we are seeing its unit. Okay. So potential difference as electrical current is represented by I, electrical charge is represented by Q, potential difference is represented by capital letter V. ठीक है, तो what letter we are using for potential difference? Capital V. So that is the word we are looking for. ठीक है, so this is the representation. So write down this also in a notebook. Potential difference is represented by V, capital V. It is not small v, capital V. Okay, chalo. Now we will move to the next one. We have to derive units. ठीक है, like formula for potential difference that we should know. So chalo, we will start. So our definition which we gave was that potential difference is nothing but amount of work done to move a charge, right? So that means divided by electrical charge. So that is according to our definition, amount of work done divided by electrical charge. So potential difference is represented by capital V, that we know. Now in class 9th, you learned the lesson work and energy, and you represented work with the help of letter W. So in the same way, we will use W. Divided by electrical charge, we have already learned in our previous subtopic. Electrical charge is represented by Q. Okay? So new formula is becoming V is equal to W by Q. If we rearrange them, if we send this Q towards V, it will become W is equal to V into Q. Okay? So that is our formula. That is the formula. So please write down in your notebook this particular formula, and we will also see its unit. So unit of potential difference is volt. Okay, unit of potential difference is volt, and it is represented by capital V. Unit of potential difference is volt. You also write down this as well. You write down the derivation of the formula, and you also write down its unit. Unit of potential difference, it is volt. Okay, how many students have understood the derivation? Yes or no? Chat box, give me your input. Have you understood the derivation? Okay, yes, 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 yes. Who is pressing N? About T, what happened? Okay, chalo, theek hai. I will explain it again. No issue. About T, focus properly. Definition of potential difference is what? That it is nothing but work done to move a charge from one place to another. So ठीक है, we will write down potential difference is equal to is work done. तो ठीक है, work done वो लिखा हमने, ठीक है, divided by it is the work done to move what? Electrical charge. तो ठीक है, work done to move electrical charge. So whatever we have learned in the definition, we are giving with the help of this particular formula. Now we will represent this with the help of letters. पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस को किससे रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं? कैपिटल वी. वर्क डन, वर्क जो तुमने पिछले बार सीखा इन क्लास 9th, वर्क इज इट्स यूनिट इज जूल. It is represented with the help of letter W. And electrical charge, we have already learned in the last subtopic, electrical charge, coulomb जिसका यूनिट है. How do we represent it? With the help of capital Q. So overall that formula is becoming V is equal to W by Q. And if we rearrange them, W is equal to becomes V into Q. Okay, so this is what is the derivation. Now give me your input. Aboti, have you understood now? Yes, okay. Zaina, you said, okay, repeat. Okay, I have repeated it. Zaina, have you understood it? Zaina, give me input. Have you understood it? Okay, Arya says yes. Okay, fine. Chalo. Fine, 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 fine. Rucha, what you're saying? Explain potential difference. Okay, potential difference is nothing but वो खाली ये देखो यार क्या कंफ्यूज कर रहे हो. It's a simple concept. Why you are, let's say, not paying attention? I have told you in 3 different ways. इतना hard भी नहीं है वो. Potential difference is what? It's a simple concept which says that it is the amount of work done. For example, if you are saying there is point A, point B, and if you want to move the charge from one place to another, ये देखो, I will explain you in Hindi so that you can understand. Rucha, particularly pay attention, and other students as well who have not understood this concept. देखो, हम इसमें ये करना चाहते हैं कि एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पे इलेक्ट्रिकल चार्ज को लेकर जाना चाहते हैं. मान लो कि प्रोटॉन है पॉइंट ए पे, प्रोटॉन है ए पे, और हमको उसको लेके जाना है पॉइंट बी पे, प्रोटॉन को. सो पॉइंट हियर इज कि हमको अगर उसको लेकर जाना है एक जगह से दूसरी जगह, तो काम करना पड़ेगा. वर्क डन, डिस्प्लेसमेंट वाला कंसेप्ट पिछले साल का जो था. तो वर्क डन क्या होता है? टू मूव एन ऑब्जेक्ट थ्रू अ डिस्प्लेसमेंट, राइट? तो इसमें काम करना पड़ेगा तुमको इस इलेक्ट्रिकल चार्ज को लेकर जाने के लिए. उस काम करने की चीज को बोला जाता है पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस. मतलब the work done to move let's say to move a charge from one place to another is called as potential difference. ठीक है? रुचा, एक बार इनपुट दो whether you understood it. Potential difference, to move a charge from one place to another, work done to move a charge from one place to another is called as potential difference. Rucha, give me input whether you understood it so that we can move. Okay, yes, fine, fine, fine. Chalo, now we can move. So we have already derived that particular formula, right? So what is the formula which we have derived right now? W is equal to V into Q. So what I want you to do is, I want you to have one new mnemonics for it. First mnemonics was what? Queen ने egg दिया, ठीक है? That we know, ठीक है? Second one was what? Queen in Taj Mahal. That we also know. that is for Q is equal to IT. ठीक है, I into T, so that we know. This formula, Q is equal to N into E. Now what about the third one? For this W is equal to VQ, remember this, it is Vada Viknari Queen. ठीक है, Vada Viknari Queen. So it's a very simple one. I know it's a Marathi tone, but remember that it is used for your mnemonics. There are so many formulas in this lesson. You need this kind of mnemonics to remember the formula. Queen ने एक दिया, Queen in Taj Mahal, Vada Viknari Queen. ठीक है. So these first letters has to be used as the formula. W, V and Q. Vada Viknari Queen. ठीक है. Wherever you have written that particular formula, W is equal to VQ, just write down this formula as well. This mnemonic, Vada Viknari Queen. लिख लो. Give me input in your chat box. ये लिख लिया क्या? Vada Viknari Queen. Very important to remember the formula. Written? Okay. Yes. Got your input. Chalo. We'll move on now. Now that potential, see, electrical current unit is ampere, and it was given for suppose let's say as an honor to that this what I can say, Andre Mary Ampere. ठीक है, so that unit ampere was given in the memory of whom? That scientist Ampere. In the same way, potential difference unit is volt, and it might be strange, but volt is actually a surname. ठीक है, the name of the scientist was Alessandro Volta. ठीक है, the name of the scientist is Alessandro Volta. He was actually an Italian physicist, and what he did is he worked like let's say he was a pioneer in electricity, and that's why in his honor this particular volt has been given to potential difference. So this has been derived from which scientist? Alessandro Volta. Now till now in exam these things have not been asked, like in whose memory this thing has been given. Till now such kind of questions have not been asked, but it is there in our NCERT, hence I am taking it, but no question has been asked, so don't pay attention. Chalo, we'll move now. Now as we gave definition for 1 ampere last time, so what we did was we used that formula and we took all the values as 1 and then we gave the definition, correct? Now for us the formula for suppose let's say potential difference is W is equal to VQ, right? W is equal to V into Q. So V is equal to W by Q, that we know. ठीक है, चलो. So we want to know the definition of 1 volt. So if we use 1 volt, we have to use 1 work. But what is the unit of work? Work का unit क्या होता है? Joule. So we have to write down 1 joule. And coulomb, what is the unit of electrical charge? Coulomb, 1 coulomb. ठीक है, so that is the relation what we have. We need to define 1 volt. 1 volt is equal to 1 joule by 1 coulomb. So just use the formula, give all the values as 1 and define it. तो आप 1 वोल्ट को कैसे डिफाइन करेंगे? व्हाट इज 1 वोल्ट? 1 वोल्ट, आराम से सुनो, ठीक है, आई विल जस्ट ट्रांसलेट इन हिंदी फॉर यू, इट्स वेरी सिंपल. 1 वोल्ट ये 1 जूल का वर्क करता है इफ 1 कूलम का चार्ज हम लोग मूव करते हैं फ्रॉम वन पॉइंट टू अनदर. So it's a simple definition. 1 volt is the potential difference if 1 joule of work is done to move 1 coulomb of charge from one point to another. Okay, it's a simple definition that will be asked in the exam. 1 volt is the potential difference in which 1 joule of energy is spent to move 1 coulomb of charge. ठीक है, तो ये तुम्हारे इसमें लिख लो in your notebook. What is 1 volt? 1 volt is the potential difference between 2 points in carrying current when 1 joule of work is done to move a charge of 1 coulomb from one point to another. It's a simple definition. ठीक है, सब 1 लेना है and then you have to define it. I have given you derivation also. I will just give you roughly 1 minute. Write down this. Okay, after you are done, please let me know. ठीक है, this definition. I know it's a big one, but please write down in your notebook. Very important definition. Aboti, you wrote it very fast. Have you written it or not in your notebook, or just saying yes? Yeah, completed it. It's important for your internal marks. ठीक है? Write it properly. Aboti, give me input again. Have you really written it? Vedant Katru are done, sir. Okay, fine. Shreya, yes. Okay. Mohit Agarwal, what is saying? Yes. Okay. Rajat Kabra, yes. Okay, everybody, almost everybody has written. Chalo. We'll go to the next point now. The device which was used for measuring that electrical current was, give me answer in your chat box. What is the device used to measure electrical current? About what you have written, I have written when you are explaining. Okay, thank you so much for your speed. Give me answer to your question. What is the device used for measuring electrical current? Adiraj saying ammeter. Okay, Adoksha is saying, Mansi is saying ammeter. Rajat Kavra ammeter. Correct. So that means the device used to measure electrical current is ammeter. In the same way, to measure volt, that is potential difference. To measure potential difference, we have a device called as voltmeter. Okay? That was ammeter. This is voltmeter. Okay? Ammeter and voltmeter. Two devices. So potential difference is measured with the help of voltmeter. Please write down this in your notebook. Device used to measure potential difference is voltmeter. Voltmeter. Okay. Chalo, we'll move to the next slide now. Okay. Some practical questions are asked in every exam. Okay? Suppose in your CBSE board exams, practical questions will be coming. So we'll discuss it more, but at least for now, I wanted to focus on this. See, these two devices, voltmeter and ammeter, they look almost same. Okay? There is no difference as such, but there is a major difference in what is written on them. Okay? You can focus on this. The word written here is V. The word written here is A. Forget about that M because that is just milli. Focus on that capital letter. So A is written there, V is written there. V stands for voltmeter, A stands for ammeter. Itna simple hai. These devices look same, but you have to focus on the center thing. If it is V, it is voltmeter. If it is A, it is ammeter. Itna simple hai. Give me your response in the chat box. Have you understood how to identify ammeter and voltmeter? खाली अंदर का लेटर देखना है. If it is A, ammeter. If it is V, voltmeter. Okay, fine. Chalo, got your input. Next thing. Okay. Now we have till now we have not taken series and parallel circuits. Okay, it is like in subsequent topics. So in the same way as we did in ammeter, we will also memorize these points for now and we'll discuss them again whenever that series parallel circuit comes. So for now, remember that that ammeter was connected in series. Okay, so voltmeter is completely opposite to it. अगर ammeter series में connected है, voltmeter is connected in parallel. ठीक है, उल्टा होता है. Voltmeter is always opposite to ammeter. So it was connected in series. Who? Ammeter. Voltmeter is connected in parallel. And that ammeter was having low resistance, very low resistance, but voltmeter is having high resistance. Just write these topics down, these points for now, because we are not going to discuss it more. We are just going to memorize it for the sake, and then when the series parallel circuit comes, we'll take this topic again, that why it is to be connected in parallel, why it has high resistance. We'll talk about it in detail, but for now, because you don't have prior information, there is no point in discussing them. Just write it down in your notebook. Voltmeter is connected in parallel and it has high resistance. High resistance होता है and connected in parallel. Okay. Now give me input in your chat boxes. Do you agree that ammeter is connected? Ammeter is having low resistance. True or false? Ammeter has low resistance. True or false? Okay, true, correct. Ammeter is connected in parallel. Give me answer. True or false? Ammeter is connected in parallel. False. No. Okay, fine, good. Anushka is saying false. Okay, fine. So correct. So at least you have got the points. But remember this, we have not taken this in detail. Huh? Ammeter and voltmeter we are again going to discuss. But when series and parallel comes, in that particular point we'll take it. Chalo. Now this question is the most important one. It is asked in every of almost every exam, school exams, and also in board exams. This question is most important. ammeter versus voltmeter, what is the difference between the two? Okay, this question please mark it as double star, triple star, whatever you want to do. Most important question, difference. So we already know these points. We just have to write down in a tabular format in the notebook because of its importance. Almost 10 times it has been asked in board exams, so please focus properly. Yeah, so let us just go with the things. Ammeter, so what is this device used for? To measure electric current, that we know. So focus on this. Ammeter is used to measure electric current, that we know. In the same way, voltmeter is used to measure what? Potential difference. Another point we already know, ammeter is always connected in series, voltmeter is connected in parallel. Okay. Next point we know about ammeter is it has very low resistance, and voltmeter we know it has high resistance. So please do one thing, please write down these points in your notebook, and then we will end our today's session. And the last point is just their symbols. So these are symbols. For now, just write it, because in the next subtopic, we are going to see all the symbols of electric circuit. So for now, just write them. It is just a circle with a letter A in between, positive and negative on both the sides for ammeter. And for voltmeter, same circle, just in place of A, just write down V, plus and minus, that's it. Okay, take your time. Please write this particular table very properly in your notebook. I cannot, let's say, what I can say, let you walk without giving much attention to this particular table. This particular question is very, very, very important. Okay? Ammeter and voltmeter make a difference. First, you have to tell what it measures. Second, you have to say whether it is connected in series or parallel. Third thing, you have to tell whether it has low or high resistance. Fourth point, you have to say its symbol. Okay, so 4 points. Always remember, you will require only 3, because anyway this question is not asked above 3 mark. Okay, so 3 marker question you can expect, not more than that. But we are taking one additional point, 4 points, so that just for insurance, अगर भूल गए तो 4 points याद रखना है. ठीक है, for our sake, own sake, insurance. So I hope everybody has written it. Please give me why if you have written it. Give me why if you have written it in your chat boxes. Okay, fine, chalo. Fine. Okay. Now focus on this. See, we are going to end our session today on this.